6:05 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. It is a Monday. We play tag team here. I'm back from my vacation, and now Jimmy's on vacation.
Just for a couple days.
Just for a couple days. He's back on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I had a great time in Wisconsin.
Good for you.
It's cool up there.
It was
jacket weather in the evenings.
Well, see, I would have loved that.
I know you would have loved it.
And it looked like you hiked a little bit.
We did.
It was very peaceful.
Yeah.
Some of the videos you were sending, I was like,
well, we had to hike because we ate a lot of cheese curds. We ate a lot of cheese.
Curds.
So you do that up there in that
That's
area. Right. We got a nice hot day if you like hot weather.
No,
store for us today.
that would be a no.
86 degrees, unseasonably warm, and then tomorrow going to reach about 90 degrees.
No.
With thunderstorms. So it's kind of July weather in July.
In July.
Right now we've got 62 degrees with clear skies. 6:11 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin on a Monday. As we mentioned, Jim is on vacation just for a couple of days. Quick little trip to Nashville, Tennessee, and then he'll be back on Wednesday. We're all back together for a while until you head somewhere for your vacation.
Disney World.
Oh, there you go.
But that's not for a little while.
Disney World. We can all go to the State Fair. It's coming up on Friday, July 28th. That's when the State Fair starts. It runs for 18 days. It will close August the 20th. There are some days, like on Mondays and Tuesdays, they're closed. So it's not straight days, but 18 total days the fair will be going on. And they announced last week some of the odd foods, and I say odd, different foods that they're having at the State Fair this year. Newer. Brachos. Like nachos, but they got brats in them.
Oh, nice.
I think I'd try that. Barbecue pig wings, but they're actually pork, basically like a pork chop on a stick.
Okay.
But it's shaped like a barbecue, like a wing, chicken wing.
That sounds pretty
good. Glazed popcorn, chocolate glazed popcorn.
Okay.
Cinnamon crunch corn. Deep fried corn on a stick. Do you see this?
No, but the deep fried stuff is always good. Yeah.
It's an ear of corn. They dip it in the batter, and then they just fry the whole ear of corn.
So you get the breading on the outside.
Breading's on the outside. You eat it just like an ear of corn like you normally would, but it'd be breaded.
I think it's good.
I don't know. Because, an ear of corn should be just doused in butter. That's what it needs. Not
something a little bit
some
different.
Sort of
gives it a crunch.
Fried stick. Flamin' Hot Cheeto corn in a cup. Flamin' Hot Cheetos corn in a cup. So
I wonder if there's a topping on that.
S'mores funnel cake. Now, that sounds good.
I love funnel cake.
Oh, I haven't thought of that before. How about the smoked bologna burnt ends?
Ooh.
Because, the smoked meat, the burnt ends are always the best.
Sure.
Well, this is the bologna part of it.
There you have
I think
it.
that's great. And then there's street corn pizza. It's pizza with street corn as the topping.
On top? Mm-hmm. Ooh, I think I would try that.
Just some of the many items that you can get at this year's Indiana State Fair. Of course, as I mentioned, it opens up on July the 28th, Friday, July 28th. It's going to be around the corner.
Yeah, just around the corner. And then, of course, I love the fact that they do give you a couple of days. It's like you can pace yourselves. The couple of days that they're closed, you can kind of regroup and then head back.
Yeah. Pump your stomach and move on. 6:25 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin on a Monday morning. Yeah, sure, maybe you like to take a bubble bath to relax, but I guess you also could try this.
It's so stupid. I just think sometimes these trends that pop up, it's all over TikTok, but now it's the ramen bath.
The what?
Talking about ramen noodles. And I don't mean just
you're going to take a bath in soup.
Apparently. And I don't mean just filling up a tub with a little bit of, mostly water and a little bit of noodles. I mean, they have put so many instant packs of noodles in this thing. It's mostly noodles all the way up to their chest. And
what's the benefit? Is that supposed to be good for your skin?
Apparently it's supposed to provide some sort of health benefits for the skin. Everybody's worried about collagen these days. And it's got, think about the noodles have a pork-based broth.
You could eat while taking a bath.
Okay, there's that, but that's kind of gross. I see noodles on this one picture, and they're draped all over this woman's, because her toenails are painted, but all over her feet.
Okay, no, we're not going to eat it now. Now you said that way. You're right.
It just makes me sick. The trend started in Japan, and now people all over TikTok are giving it a try. And I just would imagine, over the benefit, the annoyance of having to clean all that up.
Yeah.
Because it's an absolute mess when you look at these pictures.
I take maybe one bath a year. There's, do something where
baths.
It's like take a nice soak of some kind. But beyond that, I'm a shower guy. And until they come up with ramen showers, I don't think I'm really interested.
Even then, I don't think I'm interested. Not every trend has to be, you have to give it a shot.
You think?
Because I wouldn't experiment with this.
Okay, so it's a hard no on Deb.
It's a hard no for me.
Okay, I'm with you on that. Yeah, that was Deb hanging out there with Dirks Bentley last night. Nice little show she enjoyed.
It was good.
6:39 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin, and it's time for Deb's One Pot Meal.
Yeah, this one pot meal is very simple. In fact, I made the whole thing last night. I've never made coconut rice. Have you ever had that?
No, and I don't like coconut, so you can just count me in.
You
This
can't
is
even
one I
tell.
will
You
not
can't
know.
even
Sure.
taste the
Yeah.
coconut. It's just like almost like a sweeter.
Pretty much done listening to you now. Go
Okay,
ahead. You
fine.
Just share it with the rest of the folks. I'm not
Anyway,
gonna do it.
this is very healthy. It was salmon.
Well, now
and
you've lost me twice.
No, it's got this brown sugar glaze on the salmon. It's really good. And then you put it over the coconut rice. Okay, you lay the salmon on top of that. And then on top of the salmon, I made this pineapple salsa. And it's got chopped pineapple and red onion.
Now, that
and
sounds
some,
good.
Red pepper. Anyways, the whole recipe, super easy. It was probably done in like 20, 25 minutes. And everybody loved it. I would say, and it's not because of me, it's the recipe and the flavor, but I would say restaurant quality.
Really?
Like this is something you would want to have friends over and serve because it's that good.
Now, Matt Malone and Taylor both said that they follow your one-pot recipe that we post on social media.
Good.
And they each have prepared it in the past, said they're very good. They want to do a little cook-off.
Yeah, but then I'd have to vote for one friend or the other.
Yeah, but we'd also get food brought into us.
Okay, so
that's
so you're supporting this.
There's some pluses as I see it that way. Anyway, what's it called again? It's
a brown sugar glazed salmon over coconut rice.
All right, there you go, and it'll be on our social media pages. You can get that recipe. Could be one of your one-pot meals
I've
for
never
this
made
week.
such easy rice either.
Take my name and tell me a joke. 7:03 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin.
Joke
Time for my
time.
bad joke worth repeating. By the way, I was out last week. I assume Jim, did he do a couple of bad jokes?
He did one, yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they were my level.
It pretty low, pretty low.
Well, this is actually not my joke. Sent in by a listener, Susan Fullen.
I'm encouraged.
And by the way, the joke is sponsored by Hearing Solutions of Indiana. You've never heard like this before. She writes, "Did you know that I used to work at a juice company? I got canned because I couldn't concentrate."
Oh, gee.
Thank you, Susan. Right up my alley. That's about the caliber of joke that I tell.
Not too deep.
7:10 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Jimmy's on vacation. He's back on Wednesday. We'll be a full house on Wednesday. I was gone last week in Wisconsin. We've gone to Door County, Wisconsin. This is our second trip up there. We absolutely love it. I'll post some pictures on our Jim, Deb, and Kevin, our FMS Facebook page and show you some of the scenery. It's absolutely gorgeous.
That's awesome.
It's a lot of fun. There's a good mixture between really cool restaurants and hiking and walking around the peninsula. You got the Green Bay on one side. You have Lake Michigan on the other side. There's a lot of Norwegian ancestry there.
Yeah.
And because of that, they have different foods that are popular from that time period, that nationality. One is a fish boil. And so we signed up to do a fish boil, and that's it's outside the hotel. You sit in a big circle, and they bring a big kettle out. They fill it with 25 gallons of water.
Oh, wow.
They get this kettle going, extremely hot with a big fire, and then they drop in a basket, and in that basket are potatoes and onions, and then later they drop in the fish that's been filleted or cut into steaks. And then they boil that. And then at the last minute, they do a boil for like 7 minutes. The last minute, they throw kerosene on top of the fire, and it just explodes in this big ball of fire.
Oh, wow.
It burns off all the mucky water that's in the big tub, and then you eat the fish.
It sounds good.
It's outstanding. It's wonderful. But you're sitting in this circle, and so you have this time, this kind of explaining what's going on, and you talk among yourselves. And so this young couple sitting next to me, my wife, I'd gotten them to get something for us to drink, and then I came back and sat down, so my wife was already talking with them, and they were from Wisconsin. And he's a truck driver. She works for an insurance company. My wife mentioned that she works for a school system. Then later they said to me, "Oh, and by the way, Kevin, we didn't ask you, what do you do?" And being the smart aleck I am,
Oh, no.
I said, "Well, I'm a brain surgeon." And, of course, Andrea gives me this look like, "Don't do that."
Oh, she's probably so over it.
And they're like, oh, that's great. That's great. So then I thought, okay, I immediately corrected it. I said, "I'm just kidding. I'm a radio DJ. It's not that."
A little different.
But people around us heard me say that.
Oh, no.
So then later on, they're like, "So where do you practice?"
Oh, no.
Look at me, folks. I am not a brain surgeon. So once again, my mouth got me in trouble all the way up.
At least you corrected
7 hours away
with your
from
friends.
Indianapolis.
I'm not surprised. You do this all the time. You get people going. And
I'm a brain surgeon.
You like to be a jokester.
Yeah, I'm a brain surgeon. Anyway, highly recommend it. Highly recommend Door County, Wisconsin.
I love
I'll post
the
some
idea
pictures.
of the fish boil that you sit around and
it's so
do.
cool.
That
It
sounds
is-
so
it's
fun.
so cool. 7:25 with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Time for Nash News now. Blake Shelton was shocked that Kane Brown beat him on Barmageddon, the TV show, because he's so laid back. Blake says he jokes that Kane is so slow moving he'd barely get out of the way of a tornado. Kane is pretty laid back.
Very laid
Just
back.
very
but
laid
maybe he's
back.
very competitive.
Gabby Barrett, did you hear about this?
No.
Had to cancel 3 shows because of an illness.
Oh, I love
They're
Gabby.
not saying exactly what, but Gabby is letting her voice and body recover. Those are her words, instead of pushing through the illness. So she's going to just take the time off that she needs
I hope she's okay.
to recover. Absolutely. Luke Combs surprised patients at a children's hospital in North Carolina with tickets to his show. There is a very cool video of one of the young boys who was surprised with tickets, so overcome by the news that he broke down in tears.
Oh, wow.
Luke Combs, one of those guys that's really touched all ages when it comes to country music fans. Young ones love him, the older ones love him as well.
A kind guy.
So strange things happened at Morgan Wallen's shows in St. Louis. His opener, Ernest, fell off the stage Thursday night. He's okay, though. I mean, they're hearing a lot of these artists falling down.
Yeah.
And then someone threw a cowboy boot that hit Morgan in the chest on Friday.
What's up with this?
He seemed mostly annoyed by the whole thing. He was not injured. I don't know. There's a new trend where people are throwing things on stage.
Cell phones and everything.
Jewelry, coins, and in this case, a boot. A cowboy boot.
It's not funny.
It's not funny.
It's becoming a trend, and people are going to be seriously hurt. One girl already, BB Rexa, had to have stitches.
Yep. Well, they hit Morgan Wallen in the chest with the boot, and he wasn't very happy about it. But I would not suggest doing that. I don't think it's funny. And somebody, as you mentioned, could get hurt. That's for sure.
I'll tell you one thing: don't do it at a Brantley Gilbert show. Don't do it at all. But definitely don't do it to Brantley Gilbert.
That's right. Some pretty good videos of Toby Keith singing circulating social media right now.
Yeah.
Of course, he's been fighting that stomach cancer, but he looks pretty good. He says that if he can do a 2-hour show, he plans to tour again in the very near future. That, of course, was Toby Keith, As Good As I Once Was. 7:39 now with Jim, Deb, and Kevin. Mentioned that Eric Church has got some big news coming. It's starting on Thursday at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum, which we've been there before. We broadcast our show from there.
We did, yeah.
He's going to have an exhibit starting there on Thursday that'll run through the next year or so.
Taylor Swift has one.
Yeah, exactly. So if you are into Eric Church, which who isn't, he's an interesting guy. He really is. He's got a nice exhibit display that you'll see starting on Thursday at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum in Nashville. We got a chance to catch up with him and told us an interesting story about an article of clothing.
Now, is it true you have a pair of boots that are like 13 or 14 years old?
I do, and I've had them. I wrote a song about them on the record called These Boots. We've been through everything together. I mean, we've been in every band I've ever been in. We've been on every stage I've ever been in. We've been on the back of one bull, and it lasted 1 or 2 tenths of a second. We just there's that one pair of boots. It's like everybody has that hat or that pair of jeans. Mine is boots.
I got a pair of boots like that, yeah.
Yeah, but we've heard the repairman has asked you to quit bringing them back.
He won't let me. And the guy's great. He's awesome. He's always resold my boots, and I'm really hard on the soles of them. And I realized about 6 months ago, when I went to pick them up, and I said, "Fix my boots." He said, "Yeah, I fixed the boots." He said, "But do me a favor, don't take these out till you get outside."
Don't tell anybody.
And I said, "You got to be kidding." He said, "No, man." He said, "No, I don't want anybody to know that this comes from my."
Those are some old boots. Now, no word on whether those boots will be on display.
Yeah.
In that exhibit again.
I think he's still wearing those boots.
I think so too. It's at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum starting on Thursday and runs for the whole year in an Eric Church exhibit. That's so cool.
The country station 95.5 WFMS with Tyler Hubbard, dancing in the country. You're listening to Jim, Deb, and Kevin. If you missed it yesterday, we love the Fishers Fire Department. They have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
And of course, Dierks Bentley and traffic's going to be gridlocked as you're trying to get into the show, and so they're always good about posting when we have community events like that. And they posted this. We shared it on our WFMS Facebook page. It's also on the Jim, Deb, and Kevin page. But the Fishers Fire Department posted, "Have you got tickets tonight for Dierks Bentley? # say you do. We're hoping your visit to Ruoff Music Center is amazing, and as you travel through the interstates and back roads, we hope you find every mile a memory."
Yeah.
But don't let your trip go sideways because of traffic, and leave early in case you have to settle for a slowdown. Some of you may be visiting for the first time and flew into the Indianapolis International Airport and got drunk on a plane.
Yeah.
That's okay, because we have lots of transportation options to keep your trip from going sideways. We want to make sure your cowboy boots, another song reference, are on the ground and not in a locker at the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office, Indiana, for doing a Moosel knuckle shuffle after your buddies say too many times, "Beer's on me." Remember, it's not different for girls. So do you and get what you're saying. Say you do. What a great place to meet someone new who loves great music. You can both be leaving Lonesome Flats Walking each other home may be faster as you watch all the cars with a lot of leaving left to do, and can be a great time to come a little closer and remind each other the importance of changing your smoke alarms every 10 years.
They got that in
fire
there.
Safety
I
in
love
there.
that, yeah.
Working smoke alarms can assure your newfound love won't feel that fire if your house catches fire, and nobody wants to be a Burning Man. So instead of saying, "What was I thinking?" we appreciate your positive attitude that you're going to get there someday and keep on living. Bell's about ready to die. But just in case you don't end up somewhere on a beach, your Fishers firefighters are, as well as all the emergency responders in Hamilton County, are ready to help you if you're having trouble getting home. Just call 911 and our friendly dispatchers at Hamilton County Public Safety Communications will start the ball rolling to make sure your troubles are all on their way to gone. And I love the fact that when we posted this, one of our listeners responded, "That is pure gold."
Oh, okay.
His other latest single.
Yeah.
So
What
I
a
thought
neat
that was
idea.
fun.
Yeah, I love that.
The country station, 95.5 WFMS, one of my favorites, Zach Brown Band. And every time I think of them, I think how hot I was when they're here at 106 degrees.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is 8:27, time for Deb's Daily Dirt. Jamie Foxx and Madonna have both been spotted in public for the first
that's
time
good news.
since their respective health emergencies. Remember,
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx was hospitalized for weeks.
Yeah.
And Madonna as well. They both appeared to be doing well, and so that's good news to hear. Also, there was more to see than just music at Morgan Wallen's recent shows in St. Louis. In fact, if you don't follow Ernest on his opening act on Instagram, go check it out.
Yeah.
He's making fun of himself, but he completely fell off stage, tried to throw a flower out to the crowd.
Well, it happens.
And he spun around, and they even tried to catch him, and he landed hard. So you'll have to check that one out. Luckily, he's okay. Somebody then threw a cowboy boot, and it hit Morgan Wallen in the chest on Friday.
Yeah, he wasn't very happy.
It's become this new trend, and I don't understand it. He seemed very annoyed by the whole thing. Also, Harry Styles was struck in the face by an idiot throwing something on stage. And it's just whatever. You pay lots of money to be there.
Why would you do that?
Why?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're looking for a 15 minutes of fame, but it's ridiculous.
It's not safe. No.
8:28. That's Deb's Daily Dirt, and it's sponsored by Mark Dietel Realty.